Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanzeeba Naurin. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines of the day. Biden unveils $6.6 billion for Taiwan's TSMC to ramp up US chip production. Trump says Jews who vote for Biden do not love Israel and should be spoken to. Appeals court rejects Donald Trump's latest attempt to delay April 15 hush money criminal trial. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin rejects accusations Israel has committed genocide in Gaza. Michigan school shooter's parents sentenced to 10 years in prison for not stopping a runaway train. Cameron meets Trump to urge U.S. Congress to approve Ukraine military aid. And if the dinner organized by State Senator Natalia Fernandez, Bronx Borough President Vanessa Gibson, Assemblywoman Karen Reyes, and Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez was held on Saturday. China's Xi meets with Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov in show of support against Western democracies. Olympic rings for the Paris Games will be displayed on the Eiffel Tower. Al Nassr's Ronaldo red-carded as Al Hilal win Saudi Super Cup semi-final. And Jadeja reaches IPL cricket milestone in Chennai's win over Kolkata. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. The United States has pledged to give Taiwan's chip giant TSMC up to $6.6 billion to expand production at facilities it is building in the state of Arizona. The funding announced on Monday will support TSMC building a third semiconductor factory in Arizona in addition to two facilities already in the pipeline. U.S. officials said TSMC's total investments in the U.S. will rise to $65 billion under the agreement, according to U.S. officials. The deal is the latest effort by President Joe Biden's administration to encourage domestic production of advanced chips that will power cutting-edge industries such as artificial intelligence. The funding is tied to the CHIPS and Science Act signed by Biden in 2022, which aims to reinvigorate the U.S. semiconductor industry by offering large subsidies to lure private investment. The U.S. has been highly dependent on Asian firms for its supply of high-end chips, raising fears of disruption in the event of a geopolitical crisis in the region, such as a Chinese invasion of self-governing Taiwan. Biden said the investment would put the U.S. on track to produce 20% of the world's leading-edge semiconductors by 2030. Former President Donald Trump on Monday said any Jewish person who votes for President Joe Biden does not love Israel and should be spoken to. During an interview that aired Monday night on Real America's Voice, Trump claimed Democrats don't want to talk about Hamas' deadly attack on Israel on October 7 because Biden is no fan of Israel. Any Jewish person that votes for Biden does not love Israel and frankly should be spoken to, Trump said. Trump argued that Biden, who has repeatedly said Israel has the right to defend itself amid the Israel-Hamas war, even as he criticizes Israel's handling of the war, is totally on the side of Palestinians. The former president then suggested that Jewish and black people vote for Democrats by habit. Jewish people by habit, they vote for the Democrat, and black people by habit vote for the Democrats, he said. In response to Trump's comment, the Biden campaign on Monday night said in a post to X, Trump appears to threaten Jewish Americans who vote against him. They frankly should be spoken to. New York Appeals Court judge Tuesday rejected Donald Trump's latest attempt to delay his hush money criminal trial, taking just 12 minutes to sweat aside an argument that it should be postponed while the former president fights a gag order. Justice Cynthia Kern's ruling was the second time in as many days that the state's mid-level appeals court refused to postpone the trial, set to begin next week, further narrowing any plausible path to the delay that Trump's legal team has repeatedly sought. Trump's lawyers wanted the trial delayed until a full panel of appellate court judges could hear arguments on lifting or modifying a gag order that bans him from making public statements about jurors, witnesses, and others connected to the hush money case. The First Amendment harms arising from his gag order right now are irreparable, Trump lawyer Emil Bob said at an emergency hearing Tuesday in the state's mid-level appeals court. Bob argued that Trump shouldn't be muzzled, while critics, including his former lawyer and fixer Michael Cohen and porn actor Stormy Daniels, routinely assail him. Both are key prosecution witnesses. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin on Tuesday said the U.S. has seen no evidence that Israel has committed genocide during its military operations against Hamas in Gaza. We don't have any evidence of genocide being created, Austin said during a Senate Armed Services Committee hearing focused on President Joe Biden's latest budget request. Asked by Senator Tom Cotton whether that means Israel is not committing genocide in Gaza, Austin said again, "We don't have evidence of that." The assertion comes during a critical point in the Israel-Hamas war, in which many countries, including the US, have been critical of the way the Israel Defense Forces are conducting military operations in the Gaza Strip. According to the Hamas-run Gaza Ministry of Health, more than 33,000 people have died during the conflict and more than 75,000 people have been injured. Earlier in the hearing, Senator Roger Wicker had asked the Defense Secretary if Hamas' attack on Israel on October 7 should be considered an act of genocide. A judge sentenced the parents of a Michigan school shooter to at least 10 years in prison Tuesday for failing to take steps that could have prevented a runaway train. the killing of 4 students in 2021. Jennifer and James Crumbley are the first parents convicted in a U.S. mass school shooting. They were found guilty of involuntary manslaughter after prosecutors presented evidence of an unsecured gun at home and indifference toward the teen's mental health. Ethan Crumbley drew dark images of a gun, a bullet, and a wounded man on a math assignment, accompanied by despondent phrases. Staff at Oxford High School did not demand that he go home, but were surprised when the Crumbleys didn't volunteer it during a brief meeting. Later that day, on November 30, 2021, the 15-year-old pulled a handgun from his backpack and began shooting. Ethan, now 17, is serving a life sentence for murder and other crimes. Defense attorneys asked that the Crumbleys be spared a prison term, noting they have already served nearly 2.5 years in jail after failing to meet a $500,000 bond after their arrest. The Crumbleys will be eligible for parole after serving 10 years in custody and will get credit for the jail time. If parole is denied, they can't be held longer than 15 years. British Foreign Secretary David Cameron will urge the United States Congress to pass an aid package for Ukraine after he met Donald Trump, the presumptive Republican nominee for president. The meeting kicked off a visit by Cameron to the U.S., during which he met Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Washington on Tuesday. Over dinner at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, the two men discussed the upcoming U.S. and UK elections, policy matters specific to Brexit, the need for NATO countries to meet their defense spending requirements, and ending the killing in Ukraine, Trump's campaign said in a statement. Speaking at a press conference alongside Blinken in Washington, Cameron said the dinner was in line with past precedent of government ministers meeting with opposition politicians, but declined to say what specifically they discussed. "We discussed a range of important geopolitical subjects," Cameron said. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. An iftar dinner organized by State Senator Natalia Fernandez, Bronx Borough President Vanessa Gibson, Assemblywoman Karine Reyes, and Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez was held on Saturday, April 6 at PS 106 1514 Olmsted Avenue, Bronx, New York. Eminent people from Bangladeshi, Pakistani, Indian community, including N. Majumdar, were present in the event. The show's media partners were Millennium TV USA and Millennium News 24, and the event reported by Tofader Noor. Now it's time for global updates. Chinese leader Xi Jinping met with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov Tuesday in a sign of mutual support and shared opposition to Western democracies amid Moscow's invasion of Ukraine. We would like to express our highest appreciation and admiration for the successes that you have achieved over the years and above all, over the last decade under your leadership, Lavrov told Xi, according to Russian media. We are sincerely pleased with these successes, since these are the successes of friends, although not everyone in the world shares this attitude and are trying in every possible way to restrain the development of China. In fact, just like the development of Russia, Lavrov said. Russia's growing economic and diplomatic isolation has made it increasingly reliant on China, its former rival for leadership of the communist bloc during the Cold War. In past decades, the two have closely aligned their foreign policies, held joint military exercises, and sought to rally non-aligned states in groupings such as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Lavrov held a news conference earlier Tuesday with his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi, at which they reaffirmed solidarity in international affairs. The Olympic rings will be displayed on the Eiffel Tower, organizers said in a statement on Tuesday, as the French capital prepares to mark 100 days until the start of the Paris Games. A 29-meter long and 15-meter high structure of 5 Olympic rings made entirely of recycled French steel will be displayed on the south side of the 135-year-old historic landmark in central Paris, overlooking the Seine River. About 10,500 athletes will parade through the heart of the French capital on boats on the Seine along a 6-kilometer road in the opening ceremony at sunset on July 26. The Eiffel Tower will feature prominently in the July 26 to August 11 Paris Games and the following Paralympics. The Olympic and Paralympic medals in Paris are being embedded with pieces from a hexagonal chunk of iron taken from the monument. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BT Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 18,171.20. The NYSE Composite is increased by 16.83 points or 0.09%. Tokyo stock close price is 39,773.13. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 426.09 points or 1.08%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,048.54. The Shanghai index is increased by 1.48 points or 0.05%. Hong Kong stock close price is 16,828.07. The Hang Seng index is increased by 95.22 points or 0.57%. Bombay stock close price is 74,683.70. The Sensex index decreased by 58.80 points or 0.08%. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Al Nassr captain Cristiano Ronaldo was sent off late on as his side lost 2-1 to city rivals Al Hilal in their Saudi Super Cup semi-final after a heated clash in Abu Dhabi. Portugal's record scorer was shown a straight red card 4 minutes from time for elbowing an opponent when his side were 2-0 down before they scored a late consolation on Monday night. George Jesus' Al Hilal opened the scoring in the 62nd minute when Salim Al-Dosari slotted the ball into the bottom right corner from a Sergej Milinkovic-Savic flick after a quick break. Brazilian forward Malcolm doubled the lead in the 72nd minute with a fine header after Michael's long cross from the right found his compatriot unmarked in the center of the box. Former Liverpool forward Sadio Mane got Al Nassr on the score sheet in stoppage time of Abdul Rahman Gharib's pass. Al Hilal will seek a record-extending fourth title in Thursday's final when they face Karim Benzema's Al Ittihad, who beat Al Wehda 2-1 in the earlier semi-final on Monday. Chennai Super Kings all-rounder Ravindra Jadeja became the first player with at least 100 catches, 1,000 runs and 100 wickets in the Indian Premier League during their 7-wicket win over Kolkata Knight Riders. Jadeja took 2 catches on Monday night to reach the 100 mark and also had 3 wickets in his first 8 balls to be named player of the match. He has taken 156 wickets and made 2,776 runs in the IPL. The 35-year-old joins Virat Kohli, Suresh Raina, Kieron Pollard and Rohit Sharma for the most catches by a fielder in the IPL. "I don't count my catches," he said during the mid-innings break. After the match, Jadeja said he always enjoyed bowling in Chennai. "My plan was just to bowl in good areas. I have practiced a lot here and if we bowl in good areas, it will definitely assist you," he added. Chennai, who came into the match after back-to-back losses, are 4th in the standings with 3 wins from 5 games. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Biden unveils $6.6 billion for Taiwan's TSMC to ramp up US chip production. Trump says Jews who vote for Biden do not love Israel and should be spoken to. Appeals court rejects Donald Trump's latest attempt to delay April 15 hush money criminal trial. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin rejects accusations Israel has committed genocide in Gaza. Michigan school shooter's parents sentenced to 10 years in prison for not stopping a runaway train. Cameron meets Trump to urge US Congress to approve Ukraine military aid. And if the dinner organized by State Senator Natalia Fernandez, Bronx Borough President Vanessa Gibson, Assemblywoman Karen Reyes, and Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez was held on Saturday. China's Xi meets with Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov in show of support against Western democracies. Olympic rings for the Paris Games will be displayed on the Eiffel Tower. Al Nassr's Ronaldo red-carded as Al Hilal wins Saudi Super Cup semi-final. And Jadeja reaches IPL cricket milestone in Chennai's win over Kolkata. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our website. Our website address is www.millenniumnews24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.